Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now I've been allowed into Celtic Park today. I don't quite know why. It's maybe got something to do with this, Jackie McNamara's autobiography. His name is McNamara, and as you can see we've got Jackie finally in person on the channel as well. Jackie, how you doing?
Yeah, it's good to see you in real life behind the screen. A lot taller than what I thought you were.
See, everyone says that. If you're watching this and you ever meet me in real life, don't comment that because everyone says it. Jackie, tell us about the book then. How long have you wanted to do this for?
I think just basically when I was feeling up to it after I came out of hospital and recovered as well as I could, and I'd been asked a number of times over the years to do one, and I didn't think I could or should do one while I was either playing or managing, and while I was involved in football. So and I thought the timing was right for it, and obviously what happened to us last year, and if somebody else has maybe had the same experience, or somebody they knows had a brain injury like I've had, I think myself, if I could have spoke to someone or had information about how to deal with things and when things come up, so hopefully if it can help someone with that and how to come to terms with it.
Definitely. We'll chat about your footballing memories in a wee minute. Just first, a lot of people probably watching this maybe not aware of what actually happened to you. What about just less than 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Do you want to just tell everyone kind of what you went through?
Yeah, it was February 2020, just before the whole world went crazy with COVID. I'd been went for a walk with my wife and the dogs down in Yorkshire where I live, and got back into the garden, and I was actually just going to tackle a little branch that she asked me to saw. So I think DIY is not DIY but garden stuff, and I just felt a strange sensation and something was really wrong, and I was going to sort of lose consciousness. I knew I was passing out, and I managed to shout to my wife, and as I did, I just head first onto the stones, and then next bit's making up in the ambulance, coming in and out of consciousness, and excruciating pain in my head, and asking the paramedics. Fortunately they were in the area, otherwise I wouldn't be here today, and asking what happened, what's wrong with me, and I get taken to the hospital in York and scanned, and then they'd obviously seen that I had a brain hemorrhage, subarachnoid hemorrhage, and I was transported straight away to the neurosurgery in Hull, and that was a Saturday, and I had to had to get the operation the Monday morning, to going from my groin and into the brain, and put platinum coils in to sort of stop the the aneurysm, and that went wrong, and obviously they put me in a coma. I had a bleed in that operation, and at that point it was about surviving and whether or not I was going to pull through or not, in the coma. And fortunately, I came out that just over a day later, and the family were all there and worrying about the long-term effects, with brain damage and different things. But fortunately, I'm okay, and although maybe some will disagree after last year with certain things, but no, I think I've been very, very fortunate. In between that, there's been moments where I've had other things I've had to go and get other operations and setbacks, and it was quite tough. But I think my sort of playing career helped me with the mental side and how to handle things, and obviously that kind of fight.
Yeah, I take it that's reflected in the book as well, in terms of both what you went through, what you've just spoken about, but also the mental toughness from your playing career and your life in general to kind of deal with it. Yeah,
it has. I think being at a club like Celtic for 10 years, you build up a mental strength, and I've said it many times, there's some unbelievable football players came and played here, and just not handle the sheer size of the club, not just in the match day, but ins and outs. And for me personally, my 10 years, it helped me deal with a lot of things mentally, and when I went into management, when I shot at that, and the stuff I had to deal with that mentally, emotionally, It was very tough, but being at a club like Celtic helped me deal with it.
Definitely. We're in Celtic Park right now. Favourite memory from this place apart from the one you're living right now? Speak to me.
Oh God, there's a lot of incredible moments. For the first time when I was signing with Tommy and my dad, and in this stand, the whole it was just the main stand across the other side, and Tommy telling us what was going to happen at the club, and it was just a dream come true. Just a wee boy.
What age were you then?
I was 21.
Right, okay.
21. Yeah, I'd been at Dunfermline for 5 years. So I 21-year-old, and being here for that time at that point, and seeing the stadium finished, and then 60,000 people, and you look at it now, Tommy's the vision at that time, and special games here, European games, when it was the Old Firm as well.
He always loves that wee dig, I love it.
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's but I think with the 6-2 game, there's been some.
That'd be a number one 6-2 game.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think it was just a right change at the club. In fairness, the 2-0 game as well, when we stopped to 10. Lambert and the Craig Burley with the first one. I set him up for that. To put that in there as a temporary stand, but that was a real special moment as well, because stopping at 10 was crucial.
Shout out to my dad. He always talks about the 6-2 game as being there and everyone looking around each other, not being able to believe it when you were 3-0 up. On the pitch, were you guys thinking the same when you're 3-0 up after however many minutes it was?
It was a shock. It's just the energy in the stadium.
Yeah.
It was just like, God, right, another one, and I was up against Neil McCann that day, and we kind of, whenever I'd seen him, we'd laugh and joke about it because he got booked early on in me, and he was trying to grab me up, and as if I'd deliberately got him booked, and we remind each other about games over the years, and that was the best one, to be involved in, and beat him with that scoreline as well, and then probably the best goal you've seen here when Henrik chips Kloss, where he's Meg first and caught him in, then he chips him. But it was the start of an era there with Martin coming in and the boys coming in at the club as well.
I think if I could go back and watch one goal that I never saw, because I was about 4 years old at the time, it'd be that Larsson goal. Just unbelievable. Is he the best player you played with at Celtic or in your whole career?
Yeah. He's, I think, just all round. As I said, my 10 years here, you could go through the names. Coming in with McStay was unbelievable. Lubo, you got Van Hooijdonk, Guidetti, the Canios. I've been very fortunate. Sutton's last, but Henrik was the best and got better.
Autobiographies, sometimes people use them to get stuff off their chest. I think Sir Alex Ferguson and Roy Keane was a famous spat, wasn't it? Did you do any of that in this bit? Was there anything you felt you got off your chest that you maybe wanted to?
Yeah, I do. I think there's a lot there, but it's not so much because I've never said anything with a lot of things. Not so much here at Celtic. Obviously, there was a lot in my departure after my testimonial, and I was quite bitter about it for quite a number of years.
What were you bitter about?
Just because they didn't want me and how it happened. I wanted to leave the club in the right way, but it was put out that that it was my fault. I wasn't here, and I waited till sort of middle of June. I think it was the 14th of June I signed for Wolves, and I was at a contract with a few other boys that got signed up, and I didn't think I was that difficult to deal with, and I wasn't. But I think over the years, when we got into management myself, and then you understand, it's a business, and that's. But when you're on the other side of it as a player, you think it's personal and you think it's there. But I actually seen Gordon the other week there, chatting away to him, not about my departure, but just in general. And as I said, it's life's too short to be holding grudges, or it's just opinions. And my opinion at the time was. That I wanted to stay and finish my career here, but I didn't. For me, they weren't wanting me.
Does it still frustrate you? Still eat away at you
No.
that you didn't, finish at Celtic in the right way, maybe?
I believe in life things are kind of put out. It's I've got a stubbornness about me as well, and a single minded, which has helped me. But I in the end I went down to Wolverhampton and less money. It wasn't about the money, and I kind of put that across. And I think they knew that at the time. But it was kind of principles, and fortunately that's the way I kind of brought up with my dad.
Definitely. In terms of the book, is there funny stories in there? Is there any in particular that come to your mind right now?
I think that's I've always loved comedy, and wee bits there when the dressing room we had, some good characters in there.
Gangsters, Chris Sutton maybe.
Chris Sutton,
chief one.
Yeah. There's so many, to be honest. There's one that's quickly just Martin, when Martin was the manager, and me and Stilly and Petrov were in the dressing room, and Stilly shouted on me, come here, I said, what is it? And Martin was quite, I wouldn't say he was aloof, but if one of the lads was speaking to Martin, to the gaffer, they would be like, oh, gaffer's boy, and making faces like
teacher's pet,
licking faces, and like you can imagine, like you do. And so Stillians pulled me over at the shower area. I said, what is it? And looked around the corner, and Sutty standing facing us, with Martin's talking to him, and I standing in the shower, and so we were making faces like, oh, gaffer, no. And Sutty just went, gaffer, Stilling and Jackie's making faces behind your back. And the two of us just looked at each other, and we dived into the side of the toilets. And I was like, I can't believe you've done that,
It's a grass, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's, so what you see now, and the wind-up merchant in the grass, he stuck me and Stilly in it, and Martin had just seen the shadow walking back out to the changing room and didn't say anything.
Would he have a joke with you, Martin O'Neill? Or would there always be a kind of, I don't want to say fear, well, maybe fear of him, definitely a lot of respect for him. Would he kind of have a joke with the players?
The joke at the players' expense.
Okay.
He could cut you down, and he's very intelligent, but I think as a players we had so much respect for him, but he could cut anybody down in seconds.
You remember the ITV one when, I can't remember who it was a couple, I think French players in the ITV studio were having a go about winning the Champions League or something, and Martin O'Neill shot them right down. He said, I've won 2 of them, how many have you won? So he does have, he's quick, he's got in him. And we used to go to functions and stuff. I remember one in Ireland, as myself, Lenny, Lambo, Sutty and Tomo were on this bit, and he just knew when the gaffer picked up the mic that we were all going to get hammered from him. With me it was, there's wee Jackie's about 12-year-old with his face, and slagging Lambo, German and Lenny about his looks. So Lenny, he said Lenny wasn't a footballer, he'd be a virgin. But then he gives Sutty and Tomo some as well, but as soon as he's done that, you're just sitting there ready to get slaughtered. And I take it he features a lot.
Yeah, he's as they all do. I said that the 6 managers here, some will say better than others and more successful. But again, I think, rather than, I don't want it to be, he's a great guy. It's just my version of, what I thought with certain things that went right and wrong, with John Barnes or Douglas coming in, who was my hero growing up as a kid. Having to play under him, it was special for me, after John, and then obviously Tommy Burns. What Tommy Burns done for me on and off the park was incredible, which obviously people don't see that human side as well.
So that's the managers. Do you touch on your time as a manager as well in the book?
Yeah, and I obviously put a few things there that I haven't done before, things I had to deal with in management, and which was tough, really tough. In fairness, my three jobs I had at Partick Thistle, Dundee United and York were all tough jobs in different ways. So I put my side across, and if I upset anybody, I'm not really bothered. It's just my version of events.
Sounds like there's a bit of everything in the book then, some funny stories, some life-threatening stories, some good pals, some people you maybe weren't quite as fond of. It's out on Monday the 6th, which I think is when this video's going out, so if you're watching this now, they'll get it anywhere, won't they?
Yeah, I think most good bookstores is
well, hopefully that's a good
the
sign.
Celtic Superstore, and W.H. Smith, and I think I'll be selling them, hopefully.
Exciting. Well, I'm going right home, I think, to start this. I've been kind of looking for a wee book to read before bed anyway, Jackie, so appreciate you bringing this out. It's been great, and great to have you on the channel, and we'll speak to you soon, definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and we'll speak to you soon.